So we all know Miami. Carson Beck, Cam Ward. Did Miami get better? Adding Cam Ward, they stay the same or what? Let's dive into Miami. The good run that they had. Let's see if they can repeat it or get better. Alright, so we all know Carson Beck, Georgia, Cam Ward, the path he had to take. And now Cam Ward is considered a top draft pick coming out this year at quarterback. Shador Sanders, Cam Ward, Quinn Ewers. And was even talking about Carson Beck, but Carson Beck decided to come back and decided to leave Georgia. Kind of weird, kind of odd. I mean, you got a 5-star recruit, the starter at Georgia. What made him to leave a school like Georgia? I mean, you putting up big numbers, putting up nice numbers. You're on a team that pretty sure every year is going to be in the college football playoff unless they hit a dunk like Alabama did. But majority and most of the time, they're going to be in the college football playoff. We all know Miami has not been the Miami of the early 2000s. We understand that. But we do see what Miami was able to do this year with Cam Ward. You give them a nice quarterback, look what they're able to do. And I'll come to ask you guys, and if I have some Miami Hurricane fans on the channel, what do you think? Do you think Carson Beck can be an improvement from Cam Ward? Or is it maybe an equal to Cam Ward, adding Carson Beck from Georgia? I'm going to tell you my opinion, and down below in the comment section, I want you guys to let me know what you guys think. But I'm going to tell you, watching Carson Beck play, he can make every throw. I mean, he can make the deep ball, the post routes, the out routes. He can make every throw. Carson Beck problem later on was, I don't know, it's like he was stare down as a receiver, right? He would stare his receiver down, and as a quarterback, that is a big no-go. I blatantly watched him throw an interception because he did not take his eyes off the target. Other than that, Carson Beck is a darn good quarterback. Here's his stats. 21 and 22 didn't really play. That's when you had Stetson Bennett, man. I mean, Stetson Bennett came out of nowhere. You had Stetson Bennett. Then you go and get 23, finally starting, 3,900 yards. Then this year, 3,400 yards with a total of 12 interceptions. That's what I meant by right then and there. He didn't take care of the ball. And that's what's going to have to change if he wants to be better than Cam Ward, in my opinion. But can he absolutely rip the ball? 1,000%. 3,400 yards, 28 touchdowns. You can't beat that. That's what you want as a quarterback. You want to be able to put the ball in the air. You want to be able to throw touchdowns, but you have to let go of the interceptions. You can't be a quarterback and throw that many interceptions and expect to win many ball games. It's just not going to work that way. So with that being said, if he can limit the interceptions, okay, I think he got a shot. But before I give my pick, let's check out Cam Ward. Okay, Cam Ward, he played football for 5 years, right? This is just Carson Beck's fourth. All right, now he's going into his fifth. Granted, he's been playing ball ever since he got to college. I mean, absolutely just playing ball. Look at it. First, 2020. Threw for 2,200 yards, only 4 interceptions, 24 TDs. 21, got even better. 4,600 yards. To be exact, 4,648 yards. 47 touchdowns. Yes, you heard right. 47 touchdowns. 10 interceptions. A lot of folks, oh my God, look at all the interceptions. But look at the touchdown to interception ratio. Look how many times he threw the ball. He threw the ball 590 times. All he threw was 10 interceptions. Get out of here. I will take that. Man threw for 4,648 yards. Forget what you're talking about. 22, 3,200, 31, 9 interceptions, 23 touchdowns. Go to next year. 3,735 yards, 25 TDs, 7 interceptions. And then just come this past year in Miami, 4,313 yards, 39 TDs, 7 interceptions. To me, he takes very, very well care of the ball. Absolutely, that's just my opinion. Look how many times he's throwing the ball. 303, 590, 497, 485, 454. He's throwing the ball a lot and only threw 7 interceptions. I don't know how you can pick with that. I just don't. So now let's compare, man. Now, like I say, Carson Beck didn't really play until 23 and 24. We can compare it to. Cam Ward, 23, 3,735 yards, 7 interceptions, 25 TDs. Carson Beck, 3,941 yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Looks like to me who has the better stats. Cam Ward. All right. Go to the next year. 24. Let's go to the next year. 24. All right. Cam Ward. 4,313 yards. 39 touchdowns. 7 interceptions once again. All right. So, forgot to talk about how many times I threw the ball. Carson Beck threw the ball 417 times in 23. And Cam Ward 485 times. So who has more passing? Cam Ward. Who has more yards? Carson Beck. So look at that. 485 for Cam Ward. 417 for Carson Beck with more yards. See what I'm saying? Now let's go to 24. We all feel like Cam Ward went to a better team, right? I think we can agree. Cam Ward, 4,313 yards, 39 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, passed the ball 454 times. 454, baby, that's that motor, big block. Carson Beck, 3,485 yards, 28 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. He threw the ball 448 times. 454, Cam Ward, 448. So, a couple more balls thrown by Cam Ward than Carson Beck. And look at the numbers. 4,313. Beck, 3,485. It's a big difference. Plus, Beck, 12 interceptions to Cam Ward's 7. Cam Ward's 39 touchdowns to Carson Beck's 28. And granted, Carson Beck did not miss a game or whatever because he got hurt between it. But nevertheless, what do I think? Did Miami get better at the quarterback position? Stay the same, or did they get worse? I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think this is just me. I think Cam Ward is a better quarterback, but I don't think they backtracked at all. I kind of think these guys are kind of gunslingers. I think they're neck and neck. I don't think there's nothing to worry about. But the difference between these two teams is going to be this. I think they're going to have to go get some receivers because, look, they're losing their top guys to the draft. All right? They're losing wide receiver Jacoby George, the big-time guy this year, and Xavier Reshbro, however you say his name. He had 1,100 yards this year. He's into the draft. You got George. He's entering the draft. Then you got guys hitting the portal. And you got Isaiah Horton to Alabama. So Carson Beck is going to have to find some guys to throw the ball to. These are the leading receivers. They're gone. The two top guys entered the draft. So quarterback-wise, did they get better, worse, or the same? I think they kind of stayed the same. I do think Cam Ward is a little bit better just because of how cool and calm he is in the pocket. just a little bit better. But other than that, I fairly think Miami stayed the same. I think that's why Miami went after Carson Beck, because they knew like either we're gonna get a tad bit better or we're gonna be just as good as we was with Cam Ward. But the only downfall is they got to get receivers. So I think Miami still should have a strong push, just depending on what they're going to look like on the defensive side. We may make a separate video if this one does good and talk about Miami defense coming in to the 2025 season. But Carson Beck, I think, is equal. I think they should have an equal offense, but just as at the quarterback position. But now just got to find offensive guys to get the ball to.